Hello and welcome. I'm Risky, the head game master here at HereThereBeMonsters, and we're back with another Working Wednesday stream. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of April, 2025. I almost said 2024. Holy cow, it's way too late in the year for that. And we've got a myriad projects to work on today. But first of all, I just want to let everybody know, one, thank you so much for all of your support here on YouTube. And two, if you haven't heard yet, this is the week of our 7th streaming anniversary, starting on twitch.tv/HereThereBeMonsters. So this Friday, April 4th, starting at about 6 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to be hosting a subathon stream event that starts with about 15 and a half hours on the clock. And we'll go however long it goes. If you're not familiar with subathons, it's a variable time event where the time is always counting down and people are always doing things to add time to the event. Last spring, we were live for almost 7 consecutive days. So I'm toying with the idea of maybe multi-streaming that here on YouTube. But if you don't see us live on YouTube starting Friday night, then we'll be on Twitch. And that means next Working Wednesday, there probably won't be a stream because we might still be live during the event. If we're not still live, then we're probably recovering from the event. So that is that. Let's see. For today, like I said, we have a number of different things to do. We have a new townsfolk business to add to Capstone. We need to claim our new Hero Forge bundles. We want to work on the Doubloons Battle Arena for the subathon event, and we also want to finish up. We have a Chronicles episode that's going to come out actually right after this stream, and I need to finish the thumbnail for it, so I thought that might be kind of a fun thing to do together while we're live. If you're not familiar with the format of the show, we've got on Wednesdays about an hour on the clock, and then we'll take a 5-minute break. We'll work for about another hour, and then we're out of here. So
YouTube stream is now live.
Stream is now live, indeed. I never know exactly when that's going to show up. So let's get into it, is what I was starting to say there. Thank you for joining me. Even if you don't have anything to work on for D&D purposes, if you just need to do the dishes, clean your room, or do something else, you're welcome to join me for some co-laboring and or hop into chat. There are one or two other small things that I need to do that are not on my to-do list, but first things first, let's get into my world building folder here, because I don't think that I wrote down the information for the Timber and Tides in the capstone document. That's because I didn't. All right. This is something I have to guard against, is noting things. It's tough because on real life paperwork, right, you only really need one thing in one spot and then you can go and grab it or whatever. But for digital note keeping, I've found oddly harder. I thought it would be easier because of being able to hyperlink things and whatnot, and that does definitely help. But I find myself frequently having ideas and writing them down in my session notes, and then not necessarily always remembering to also put them in like the appropriate section of my world building document. So where? Oh, I'm in the wrong one. That's next session, which is 37. I'm really excited for the next session in Kingdom of Rin, by the way. We don't have a date for that yet. That's actually one of the things that's not on my to-do list that I'm going to do really quickly is ping our players to try and get our scheduling finalized. But first things first. Either Zira or Zyra, and I'm not actually sure, and I didn't realize that. I didn't know that until we were live in session. I was like, oh, crap. You know what? I also didn't do, actually. The previous session, we introduced another townsfolk shop. And that also did not get copied over into this document. So okay. There's that. This almost needs its own document as well. But at least for now, I'm not going to do that. We might change our mind on that later. Perfect. Okay. Timbrum Tides is done. Easy. Although we do have one other thing, one other related thing to do now. I'm going to go and look at our townsfolk. I also want to make sure that there might be two businesses that we're behind on. So we had... Okay, the Gilded Spindle is not here. The Gilded Spindle, good. I didn't mix that up. The Gilded Spindle is in Alarin. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. So I had the Stitch and Spindle, which is close, but it's not a townsfolk business. And then the other one that we need to add is... the Root and Stem with Henry Haldane. Henry Haldane is a middle-aged human male. Hello, Reading Squirrel. Good to see you. Good amount of tasks today. Yes, sir. I'm trying to really, put feet to pavement because it's subathon week. We've got a lot to get done. I'm doing okay. Thank you. As always, the closer we get to the subathon before launch, the more stressed I am. I'm trying to make sure that we actually get everything done. But so I was debating about whether or not to do a YouTube stream today, but I decided that it could be kind of two birds with one stone. For one, I didn't want to cancel the YouTube stream if I didn't have to, or I guess it's not really canceled, but whatever, not scheduled. And for two, we have enough D&D related things that need doing that pertain to either that need to get done before the event or that will be done during the event. That I was like, you know what? Well, this is still event work, and I'm just gonna be streaming it. So I'm trying to deep breath and stay focused and get stuff done. And overall, I think I've been doing pretty decent. I need to get out. I need some sunshine, but it's been rainy for the last week. So that is weighing on me a little bit. But otherwise, I'm good. Yeah, exactly. I just would rather it not be wet grass, All right. So that's done. Let's mess with Hero Forge really quickly. You got snow. We got a little bit of that recently too. I hear ya. We want to, let's see. How do I get to this again? It's under buy. And then packs. Let's take a look at the Hero Forge packs. Oh, that always happens. That's unfortunate. That's fine. I'll click on it and show you. This month's free pack for pro users is Elementals. Born from the primordial energies of their respective planes, Elementals embody nature's raw fury. Summoned through perilous rituals, mysterious artifacts, or unwittingly unleashed by dragon traps. Encounters with these tempests of fire, wind, and water pose significant risks to even the most experienced adventurers. Conjure up these 5 fearsome elementals and add them to your next encounter with the Elementals pre-made pack. So, what do we have here? Did they add? Are we considering Storm an element now? What is happening here? It's cool looking, but aren't the 4 fantasy elements usually earth, water, wind, or air, whatever, and fire? These are really cool. I like these. And frankly, the storm one looks cool. I usually think of storm as being like a subdivision of air/wind. Yeah, very cool. Claim. Let's see what our credit balance is here real fast. Should be at about 7. Yeah, 7 exactly. So, let's pop back over here and see what packs do we not own yet. Can probably get 2 to 4. We do have the vast majority now. This is a neat one. We will get it eventually. I don't know if we're going to do that today or not. So we've got townsfolk. Can I right click on these? Oh God, nope. Right. So there's a townsfolk. There's the Cursed Crew, which is a super neat looking set. However, there are some special things with undead in our world. Wasteland Monster Hunters, we'll grab it eventually, but that's too modern for us. Fantasy Zombies, same issue as before. Arcane Punk is on the more modern side. Cell Swords, I thought we had that. Apparently not. All right, so there's a number of packs. Yeah, modded mercs is very modern. We'll get it eventually because eventually we'll just have a ton of extra credits, but not anytime soon. Agents and assassins, way too modern. Wasteland Raiders. I think this is also going to be pretty modern. Yeah. You believe in Neverwinter, with one of the updates, they announced a change to the storm elements and treat them more air-based than water. Well, right. I've just never seen them broken out to be their own element before. Well, or at least not kind of in with the 4 primordial elements, I guess. Cyber Vigilantes, way too modern. Salvage Experts, way too modern. Pirates is really cool. I'm sure we will use those eventually, but that's not going to be anytime soon. Kobolds, kind of a different issue, right? They tend to be dragon worshippers. All right. So, what jumped out at me as kind of 3 to 4 packs to get that we don't have yet? The cell swords are kind of cool. We'll do that one. That's one. Go ahead and snag the townsfolk. 2. We've got the 2 undead packs. Is that pretty much it? Other than the modern stuff? Hey, Spio. Good to see you, sir. I saw you were hanging out on in the EQ voice. I super wanted to join you, but obviously I needed to do the thing I said I would do with streaming. That is. Kobolds. I was on, though. I got 1 armor gem. I've been soloing the Wyverns in Cobalt Scar, kind of intermittently between working on subathon stuff. And I got it's for caster wrists, I think. But hey, one more gem for the guild. I appreciate you coming by, though. I freaking love that picture that I posted of you, by the way. I mean, it's good. I love it of all 3 of you. It's just a great picture. Everyone is so emotive at the same time. That's not like 3 different pictures of you all edited together. That was one screen cap. Okay, I think we're going to grab the undead ones then. Nothing else jumping out at me, really. That's going to leave us probably 1 more month's worth of fantasy packs, and then we'll just start plugging our way through the modern stuff, just because we might as well. And the Cursed Crew. I really like that one. And some of these, honestly, could even just be used as undead, right? Like that guy with the bicorn, the sideways bicorn, is freaking sick. No. Oh, does he not have a separate picture? No, there we go. That's just an awesome mini. Obviously nautically themed, but yeah, last time during the Working Wednesday stream last week, we did some fortune telling, which was a ton of fun. I'm really pleased with what we came up with. Of course, the problem with that sort of thing becomes like, now I have to sit on it until it's pertinent. You know? Also, this is Zira/Zyra, the person that we were just adding to the capstone world building document. Voice did a mini for her. Your axiomatic rapier was not happy about you fighting devils. Dang it. Sorry to hear that. Looney Bin. How you doing, sir? Otherwise. That is another thing done here. That was Hero Forge. Check mark. Boom. We're going to skip ahead to thumbnail work, or at least partly, because I want to make sure that all those minis that we just got through Hero Forge are actually activated in Tailspire. And then while we're there, I need to grab a screenshot of the map that we've been playing on in Chronicles, because we need it for the thumbnail. Helldivers patch. What? Oh, by the way, if you're here hanging out, whether you've been chatting or just listening in, if you're enjoying the show and or just willing to help us out, if you wouldn't mind hitting the live stream with a thumbs up, we super appreciate it. It's an easy, free way to tell YouTube that you like what we're doing and they should show it to more people. Where is Tailspire? There it is. Alexa, how much time is on my timer? If only they'd been demons, Looney. You just went to the wrong evil plane, you know? Blum 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 blum. All right, Hero Forge. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I don't even just get to add just packs. I have to add individual minis. Oh, dear. Which ones what did we add today? Oh, boy. Elementals. First crew. Okay, there's one of them. Link. Elementals. I really want to see these in Tailspire. We're gonna come back and plop those elementals down just so we can see them. Elven Guard, Knights, Zombies 2, Gnolls, Goblins, Hobgoblins, Kobolds. Oh, we got Kobold 2, but not Kobold 1. Interesting. Wizard Folk, Merchant Caravan, Merfolk. Noble's Court, Orcs. I'm so sad that we didn't have the Hero Forge subscription in time to use all these orc minis during the Battle of Capstone. These are such freaking cool minis. I mean, obviously, there's a high chance of there being orcs in the campaign again at some point, but would have been really cool. Wait, Soul Swords. Isn't that one of the ones we got today? How is that already linked? That's weird. Okay. Townsfolk number 2. There's another one. Not linked. Elves and zombies. Okay. Cool. That is everything added. Now let's look at these freaking elementals. I want to see these here. It's easier if I rotate them facing the sun. or where the sun currently is in the sky. Yeah, these hold up really well. Very cool. And I bet they look awesome. Nope. There we go. Gah-gah. Huge rock elemental. Yeah, that looks, or whatever, earth elemental. That looks awesome. I think the wind one is my favorite, though. This is an awesome mini. Props to whoever made this for Hero Forge. Very cool. All right. That's done. Now we need to pop over here. Oh boy. Wilderness. Then I need to go and grab something out of the freezer. Indeed. Indeed it is. Okay. You couldn't hit any of the 4 bone devils. Oh dear. With your +2 short sword. But you fed the devil lords 2 doses of pie successfully. 13 days until you get a chance to finish the devil lord off. What's Galarian? I'll be right back. Wah. That's the name of the Pathfinder world. Oh, okay. I did not know that, obviously. Last elemental you fought in your D&D IRL group was a fire aspect in the material plane. Very cool. Okay. I think probably exactly where people are is probably not super important. But I am going to screenshot just in case. I guess I should have given a small spoiler alert, but if you don't have context, then you should be fine. And if you do have context, then you've probably already seen it when it was live. Sometimes the like reality with Tailspire can actually be a little bit problematic. It's like I want to grab this mini and just lift it up through the earth. Like it would be nice to be able to toggle like a button for like disable clipping or something like that. You're having the real creativity of playing around in Tailspire. I really, really love Tailspire as a tool. I wish that they had a little bit bigger development team so stuff got done a little faster. Is really my only complaint about them. I mean, broadly, there's a few small things, but mainly I tend to like most of the oh my god, I should have just locked it. I tend to like most of the updates and things that they bring to the game. Like I think they do a good job with it, but it drastically, well, not drastically, but it needs a bigger team. However many people they have right now, they need like a 30% bigger team. Dang, auto carrot. All right. We doing a little photo op here. I always struggle when taking photos for the thumbnails of like, I guess composition, like with any other kind of photography. But especially for thumbnails, like you can actually ultimately see so little in a YouTube thumbnail. Ah, a little bit of a bite your thumb at Wizards of the Coast after the recent kerfuffle there, Shalendor. Well, that's kind of cool having that like leaf or whatever in the foreground a little bit. I like that. Oh, I just realized that I have shells selected in all these. Dang it. So her base is lit up down here. It's fine. It's a pretty minor thing. I just try not to do that. Okay. I think we got some angles that we can work with. I can, but that's a lot of work. 2 games you love together. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Give me just a sec here and I'll get my screen share turned on for Photoshop. Copy. Reminds me of coughing. There's that. I mean, it's entirely possible for something to be good and for people to enjoy it, and also for you not to enjoy it. Like, we're all different people. I was saying coffee like the kids on South Park. So I've actually almost never seen South Park. We didn't have cable TV growing up. And then I don't know. So I guess I just kind of like missed it, for lack of a better word. Like, it wasn't just kind of like, you know, it wasn't something that I was engaging with. So then as an adult, I like never went back. It seems like the kind of thing that might not show up as might not hold up as well these days if you weren't already into it, but I'm certainly open to feedback on that. I'll go here. Grab this. I guess one of those angles was essentially just the same one again, wasn't it? All right, we'll start with this. Oh my god. Then this is way too good to not use. This will discard the current selection. What? There's nothing currently selected. That's a pretty good first grab from Photoshop. Need to touch it up a little bit, but not too shabby. Actually, I'm not going to use square for that. All right. Sometimes I'll try and actually get like a little bit more arm or whatever in the picture, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. Shallendor. Quickly lost interest in South Park. Someone that you have crossed paths with in the light. Wait. You played all episodes on their cable device. Ruined it. So it's kind of associated with like a not so good time in life as well. I'm sorry to hear that. For those of you that don't know, this majestic man here that we're going to spend some quality time with is Spio. Oh God, it's hard to tell where like background begins and body ends. It's kind of crazy how close together some of the coloration becomes. This one I don't have to do too much editing to, so we're not going to get... Sometimes when I'm doing this, it's literally like, hello. down to the pixels. But this one, although I'm gonna do that. But we don't have too much of that to do in this one. It's a pretty clean image grab. Still some work to do, but pretty clean. All right, let's see. Is there anything else that we didn't exclude? Looks pretty good. And we're going to duplicate. Okay, hide, select, inverse, delete. And we need to fill poor Spio in a little bit. It's going to be a little bit hard to like recreate. But I think what I want to try and get first. Try and get in here. And then just get like a bit more shirt. Oh, that's weird. The heck? Hello? The little thing didn't like pop up. You meant the time frame, not like bad time. Like you were going through a bad time, like you were uptight when they overplayed South Park. Ah. Oh dear. Okay, I don't get why it's not popping up the little... You can see it's popping up for like a half a second and then disappearing. What do we got going on here? Photoshop. Why? Never used the manual box for it before. Although that's pretty good. Cleaned up the neckline at least. Okay. Well, I guess one thing at a time. Try and kind of guesstimate about where... Oh, no, dear. That's totally wrong. After this, I'm going to try closing Photoshop and reopening it. But see if we can kind of guesstimate about where, like, an arm would be. Eh? Close? Probably more... Probably closer to that. Yeah. Sort of. See, when it does this, it generates 3, but there's a dialog box that's supposed to be down here that's just not here. Okay. Let's hold on. Try just closing Photoshop completely. Right, step 1, turn it off and back on again. Hey, here we go. I fixed it. Awesome. think I'm trying to get it to do too much at once. Let's just try and fill in the gap for the microphone boom first. And then we'll go from there. Well, that's pretty good. I like that one the best, though. So one thing that gets a little weird about is trying to generate stuff onto stuff that you've generated. You're actually better off when you get to the situations like this, closing it. There's a brief heart stopper there. I was like, oh, I forgot that was going to show that. I hope there's nothing personal there, but there's not. And then, excuse me, and then coming back in and reopening it. And then we'll get rid of whatever the heck is going on here. It's like it's trying to generate like a logo or something on his shirt. And then chop off just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oops. Like there. Get rid of whatever that is. And never mind, it's something on my monitor. And we want to try and get just a little bit more down here. I'm curious, this almost never works, but what if we just do like a big selection? Just like fill in this. No, it's doing it again. I've never had to do this before. I'm assuming that something got busted in like a recent update or whatever, but yes. We try again. Like I said, this is almost definitely not going to work. But it might. It also might be funny, at least. I've seen worse. I mean, considering what we gave it, that's really not bad. I don't know why it turned it into a button up, but it did fill in his other arm rather nicely. It did weird things to his left arm, though. I wish I could merge the two. Actually, wait, I totally can merge the two. Okay. I don't hate it. I'm not gonna start with that, but try and do something like a little bit more focused and just try and get like torso. But why did we get like a color palette or whatever. Oh boy. No. Awful. Those are bad and you should feel bad. It's really just interpreting that horizontal line as like he's behind something. So let's just try extend shirt down. In general, Adobe's kind of interpretive abilities for what you're trying to get it to generate are usually quite good. But it's struggling with this one. Nope. Maybe we're going to end up having to use this. Just see if I can get it to remove the collar. What is it that I actually want here, though? What we want is this. Minus, like, that part. What? Oh. Right. Fine. We can now delete that. Come in here. Delete whatever's going on with that. Try and get rid of the like buttons and collar that it for some reason decided you needed, and whatever that artifact is. Then we copy, come here, we paste. Oh. Wait. .596 by 361. These are the same size. Why did that do that? Better. Looks like the angle of the arm was more kind of like out this way. So probably more like that. No worries. Thanks for hanging out. Oh no, it's doing it again. Photoshop, what did you guys do? I was hoping to be done with the thumbnail before break time, but that's definitely not going to happen. Closer to there, probably. See what it does with that. It's close enough, at least. Oh. Upper part's good. Bottom part's horrific. Oh, hey, there we go. Booyah. All right. And we've got to export it again. We want it to perceive that as the original image. That's weird. I don't know what it's yelling at me about. Let's get rid of like this little aberration. Whatever, just a little shadow or whatever was there. Whatever's going on over here. Oops. Coloration's a little weird down there. If we can get it to regenerate. Oh my god, it's doing it again. Nope, not as PDF. Don't do that. Well, this is making this take an annoying amount longer than it should. Thankfully, I was kind of ahead of pace for what I expected for marking things off the to-do list, but, like, why? There we go. It's better. Well, yeah. Let's get the shirt repaired. That one seems the most natural. Can we finish this all without having to do another version? More 11. Hmm? Close. One more version. Well, apparently I never actually saved the version 2 one. Whoops. Does that look passable with that just deleted? I think that's good enough. It's going to be on a thumbnail. It's going to get shrunk down a bunch. Spio mind blown final. I'm gonna look. No. Go back over here. I know. Relink to file. Yeah, we'll mess with, because positioning will depend some on which image we end up using, right? So he's probably too big there, but we'll pick up from there after the break. If y'all haven't been, if y'all been on your booty for a little while, now's a good opportunity to get up, move around a little bit, refill your water, stretch your legs, and look at something that's more than 20 feet away from your eyes for at least 20 seconds. And I am going to get up, move around a little bit, refill my water, grab a soda type beverage, and do a Pokemon Go battle. So I'll let you know how the battle goes when I get back, and I'll see you in about 5. Also, nice, Looney. Hey, we're back. And we win. Ta-da! I was a little worried because the last Pokemon in my battle team is a Steelix. I was pretty far ahead, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, as long as their last Pokemon isn't fire-based, I'll be fine. It was fire-based. It was close. Oh, shoot. I left my drink, though. All right. Let's get another hour on the clock. Break is over. It was. It was indeed a hot ending to the battle. Hot Pokemon in your area. Let's see if this one's going to be a little harder, but I'd really like to use it if possible. You'll see why it's going to be harder here in just a sec. There's a great picture of Music Man that's going to go really well in our composition, but he leaned back in his chair, like rocked back in his chair, and it's going to be really hard to get that edited out. But we're going to try. Emrys! Hello. One of the other things that's on my shadow to-do list is actually to message you. How you doing? Select the subject. I don't have a current selection, so yes, that's fine. Pretty good. For whatever reason, it decided that the blanket or whatever that he had over the back of his chair was high priority. Oh, that I didn't even know that would do that. That was interesting. Okay. Try and kind of like follow this down. Can't tell I think that's headset that we're seeing, isn't it? Hold on. Sometimes zooming out helps. But maybe not? Question mark? The shadow is super unfortunate. It's making it really hard to determine what's what. I love the pose. It's so good. We're going to figure this out. We're going to make it work. Dang it. Allergies have been going crazy recently. I'm going to need to find another picture to try and get a sense of what his headset looks like so we can try and... Oh. Okay. I thought I lost the selection. That would have been sad. Okay, that is headset. It's pretty hard to tell in general just because of that's the shadow side. But that's definitely what that is. And that means that that's also the microphone from, oop, what the heck did I just do? Microphone from said headset. Okay. We have to try and kind of guesstimate then. It's one of those things where no matter what we do, it's not going to be perfect, but also other people not having the context of being here literally right now while we're doing this also won't know any different. Well, it is pretty hard. Look at it. Add a little bit more of that back in. I definitely cut too much of it off here. Nope, still too much. There we go. If we assume that the mic arm is kind of doing like this, well, sorry, that was not quite the right angle. Yeah, like this. There we go. To get to the headphones. Then what we need to do is we need to come down here and then try and kind of estimate the angle of his shoulder. Probably somewhere around here. Oh, no, wait, it's even lower than that. Oops. Oh, God. Well, that got a little weird. It's fine. We can fix it. Because we can see... We can see HUD behind that, which means there's no shoulder there. And also... Well, but his shoulder probably is a little higher than the other shoulder. Probably something close to that. So he's kind of like leaning in that direction a little bit. Now we got to figure out what the heck happened here. Get rid of that. Re-add that. Zoom out and see what that looks like for selection. That seems to be about right. Select inverse. Bam. I think that looks about right. I mean, there's, you know, some obvious things that we need to edit still, but... Oh, dear. We lost a little bit of the headset there, though. I don't know why I did that. All right. One thing at a time here. One thing at a time. Let's get like a dark box underneath there. What's new in Amras land? Man, why is that still bleeding through so badly? Like it's making... Oh, God, don't do that. This is the eternal struggle. Brother, I hear you. Maybe I just need to delete that fully. It's like it's applying some sort of filter. Oh, dear. Our situation has not improved. Okay. Well, it's better than it was, at least. It darkened it up a bit. Didn't make it so transparent. One thing at a time. It does look like it may have edited off just a little bit of the side of his face. But I don't think we can fix that until we get rid of the rest of Music Man here. I historically don't have good luck with doing this in this way. But let's just see what happens. We're probably going to have to go in smaller pieces. But I mean, I guess other than that, Amras, like what's, a lot to unpack there. What? Okay. That was not helpful. No. Giving him the absolute most giga chin ever, though. And his mouth is like bigger than his eyes. All right. It was worth a try. Nobody in real life actually has a chin like that. Here comes the crimson chin, right? No, this is actually a really good picture of him overall. It's just the lighting situation made it a little bit difficult, but like okay, fine. I won't do it that way. We'll get it figured out. I'm surprised you don't know that term, reading squirrel. So let's see here. What I want is we want to adjust the... Am I crazy? Oh, it's literally right there. Boom. Fixed. At least that part of it is. Okay. I know what I want to do. Let's try and do this the same way. It tends to get a little weird. At least gets everything much closer to skin tone. Although, honestly, it didn't really end up changing much either, did it? Okay, never mind. That was weird. It was like it was applying it to the whole image, not just the area that I was doing. Okay. Let's try to just focus on the letters. See if we can leave in as much of the underlying detail as possible. Is almost certainly going to go haywire because of the... Oh, crap. Because of the microphone. I don't think it's. I don't think we're going to be happy with the result of this. Let's see if we can just get. It's tough though because we have a white box problem from the nameplate, and then also there's so much data that we're needing to remove. We'll just see what it does. I suspect we're gonna get some body horror here. Fair warning. We encountered a problem. Yeah, that's fair. Try it one more time just in case. Okay. Why are we putting words there? Oh god. Oh god. Nope. No. Okay, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do, which is that we were going to get some, like, crazy horror movie teeth or something. So that's good, at least. What if we do it this way? Tell it to remove the letters. Again, I think it's going to be the microphone that's going to mess it up. Oh, God. Well, I mean, it sort of did. I don't know why we got this weird streaky like brightness versus non-brightness, but the removing of the letters is actually quite good. It's like perfect. Oh dear. Oh dear. It didn't even do anything too weird with the headset. A little bit, but I don't know what's going to be easier or harder to fix. It also added a bunch of something out here, but that's fine. We can delete that. I'm not going to give up on this, dang it. Maybe we need to do it in even smaller parts. Let's start with just the letters that aren't anywhere near the microphone. That was a lazy selection on the left side. We'll see. It's probably going to add a bunch of stuff out there. Or it just gave an error. No, it's not better. It's just alien letters now. Okay. It's such a good picture of him if not for this like one little thing. Well, obviously it's not a little thing. But if not for the lettering problem. Maybe we can attack it from this angle and get it to start covering up the letters with a microphone. Oh, interesting. It went the other way. I don't hate that. Not what I was trying to get it to do, but considering that I gave it no prompt, that's actually really clean. Well, snap. Maybe, maybe we'll keep that and just have the microphone be edited off of him. I wasn't even going to try to do that. But it's kind of nice. Although, I don't know, because you can see that he's got a headphone on anyway. Nah. You did a good job, Adobe, but I'm not going to use it. Black letters? How would that help? Like, is there something in that suggestion that I'm missing, or are you memeing? Hello. Oh, wait. Well, no, that's fine. How you doing, Kale? This is going to be a good thumbnail, I think, if we can just get this edited in. Got home from eating out. Nice. What'd you get? Let's try it again now that there's just less data here. Just see what this does. The Buffalo Wild Wings was putting 10% of orders to the school's PTO group, so you got some wings in front. Oh, that's cool. Heck yeah. Were you out with coworkers or family or just a solo run? Oh, God. It's really struggling with the lettering. Error. Really? Yeah, they've messed something up horrifically here in Photoshop. Tons of errors and like the prompts not displaying correctly. Again. Okay. Well. Can we go like one letter at a time? Is that somehow going to be helpful? No. Two-session. Error. 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 Hmm. I have definitely spent longer on thumbnails before, but for different reasons. Never because the tool was just malfunctioning like this. That one's tempting because we at least get more of the skin showing. But that's still not it either. What if we delete one at a time? What if we do something like this? No. So one of the things that Adobe generally seems to do is even if you've deleted something, the data is like still there, which is why even though we're like we tried deleting the letters and then telling it to generate this area, it kept putting letters in there. So I'm wondering if instead, if we export a version of this, so we have an image that has no letter data in it. I don't know why. And then try and work from that. So once that's exported, I'm still going to undo it in here. Because I don't want to lose this version of the image just in case, but let's go here. See if we can make this not look like a cartoon, almost kind of South Parky, actually, speaking of. Like a big gaping maw. Like the head is rattling around on... What's the little brother's name? Like the baby? It did it anyway? Are you freaking kidding me? That's actually crazy. if I just say like face? It's been a long time since I've had to really fight with it like this. Nope. Okay. What if we do something smaller? Just try and get like this part. We're going to put a letter there too. It is. So it's somehow identifying these shapes as being letter related. So what if we just go full on delete? The pose is too good not to use here. I really don't want to give up on this. It's just such a bummer that he rocked back in his chair. Oh God. Wrong selection. This is crazy. And every time I try and put in a prompt, it's like, meh, meh, error. That's horrific. Okay. Try and bring it in closer and just try and get like the mouth area. What is that? And it's still putting letters there. That's crazy. I've never had to fight with it like this before. No letters. No letter box. Like this picture theoretically has no data whatsoever pertaining to there being letters there. The letter box and everything are completely removed. I just say jaw. Like just add a jawline. Like just fill in the bottom of the face. Oh. Okay. We are barking up the wrong tree, I think. It's mostly in shadow anyway, but that's not awful, at least at filling in what should be the general like profile that we're missing from his face. It's improvement. Even if the line is kind of harsh. Yeah, that part looks better at least. Get rid of like a tiny artifact there. Oh. No, I guess we went the other way, huh? We lost a little bit of wrist. For some reason. Whatever. We accomplished something. What if we do like this and just try and get a mouth? Give me a mouth without the letters. Nope. Not do away with mouth and keep letters. Let's how about the other? How about the other way? Remove letterbox. I don't know. I don't know what else to prompt this with. .5 times. Nice. 9.5 times out of 10. This is like a one-click thing. Sort of. See, like, that's doing fine. It's generating, more or less the skin tone, lighting, and facial hair. Just not doing away with the box. What if we do something like this? And then eyedropper that color to like the nearby skin. Like, it's obviously not perfect, but we haven't gotten anything else that seems to be working in any fashion yet. So let's try this. Oh dear, not that. No stroke. Let's just try this. Save this at nope. Export. Bridge of Nose version 3. Skin tone. Letter removal. Accidentally apparently put skin ton. Watch it replace this with white lettering. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, actually, okay, hold on. Jokes aside, that actually is kind of interesting. I mean, that's the closest to any kind of progress that we've actually gotten. It's still wrong. And it added a little bit of, like, extra shadow down there that didn't need to be there, but there are less letters. I guess we keep going down this rabbit hole for now, because I refuse to give up on this. I want the composition that I want. Is this now small enough and far enough away from other letters that we can just remove it? Like, what happens now if we try and fill this? Weirdness is what happens. That's not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. If we can get it all skin tone or skin tone adjacent, then we might still be able to accomplish things. Error. Oh. We're slowly getting like, we're finally getting rid of the letters, but we're losing more and more of the person with each one. Well, okay. We've committed this much time to it. Let's just try and get it done, and then try and do a fresh generation, and see if we can get a clean version. And if we can't, then unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to abandon using this picture. But I really don't want to. But I've also spent about 3 times as long as I wanted to on this. Oh, snap. All right. I mean, at this point, the only real bad artifacts is we've kind of lost the lower lip. It's sort of there, but sort of not. And then the little bit of extra shadow that got added on the chin there, but it might be salvageable. Because also it's going to be this size, right? Doesn't look as bad when it's zoomed out like that. It kind of looks like he's like biting his lower lip there, like. You know, like I kind of like a dang it. Like this face. Closer and closer. This is still insane that this is taking this much effort. Oh, hello, my tinnitus. Yay! Okay, okay, okay. How many of your generations this month would you like to use on this one project? Yes. All right. Now that we've got like a clean image there, can we get, oh, it's doing the thing again, isn't it? How is that better? No. Okay. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Klondike bars are one of those things. I like the idea of a Klondike bar much more than I like the actual Klondike bar. You know, the way that they like shatter and break and just get all goopy everywhere is eh. There we go. There we go. Trying to soften up that. There we go. Sure. Close enough. Okay. What have we got? It's so close. they'll obviously have the light bar to get rid of, and then I do not know how to use that tool. Go away. The light bar, and then we essentially, like I said, need a lower lip. Hello, Lily. Finally out of your union meeting. Aha. Remove gray box. I hope everything went well. We have spent an absurd amount of time trying to get it to remove the lettering from Music Man's face, and we're I mean, I did a good job with like skin tones and stuff, but it's horrific. Okay. We finally got rid of the letters, but we can't get rid of the lightning box. Lightning box. And usually what I can do with that part, if I can get rid of the letters, is just grab it and go in and adjust and darken it up a little bit. But like for some reason it's just not really looking good either. Oh wait, there's an auto? No, that was not better. That looks better on the earphone. Apparently this is number 9. I almost wish that I'd walked away from this when it was further away from done, because now I feel like we're so close but so far. It's crazy how hard it still wants to put letters in there. I've been trying to brainstorm in the background the whole time too. Like, is there any way that I can stack the images? You just can't really see that part. But I just don't think it works from a composition standpoint. If we put it so low that you can't see it, like, it looks weird. If we put it behind Spio, it being the box, then you just can't see anything. That'd be about the size that it looks like on YouTube. Am I just making it harder than it needs to be? I guess you really can't even see the discoloration that much. Or the slightly weird mouth that we ended up with trying to get the letters removed. It's also a little small. Probably more like that. I like that angle better. That angle's the best for sure. Maybe we grab that, zoom it in a little. Generally, I find with YouTube thumbnails, you want everything bigger than it first looks like. Maybe not quite that big, though. I think overall that's doable. I'm just not entirely sure how I feel about the background image now. I feel like it's kind of visually muddy with so many people there. Like the actual Tailspire picture. It's fine here when you're all zoomed in. But when you zoom out, it's just kind of a blob. And there's kegs, and you can't really see why. So I think we need to go and retake our picture. With only one person at the door. And then I think this will be as good as it's going to be. Which is good, because I'm like a half an hour over. Or I will be by the time we're done here. Now, the thing for me to look out for here is 50206_1. I want to try to replicate the composition as much as I can. Just with only one mini. I mean, honestly, that's pretty close to what it was image-wise. So let's grab these two. Oh. And move them. I love Shell's mini. She's so good. Maybe have her be like, instead of having just her back turned, maybe something that has her in profile a little bit more. Photo mode, turn off depth of field, turn off chromatic aberration. Woo! I mean, of course, we can zoom it in however much we need to. There's one. Go kind of the other direction with her. And then while we're here, let's go ahead and just add one more mini just in case we end up liking that more. Having a second mini. I think 3 is too much either way. But we might like this. Especially with his hands kind of out like that. Like, eh? And there. Okay. I think that's as much as we are going to do with that. Ultimately, with this type of project, you get to the point where you're like, all right, there has to be an end. And we put way more time during subathon week than I should have into trying to get that picture. But I really wanted to include Vince in this thumbnail, and it seemed like it was the perfect emote to use. All right, so we want to see which of these we like better. I like her more in profile. I think I like these two the best. Let's change the zoom on them. I think we can actually make that even a tiny bit bigger. Generally speaking, with the thumbnails, you want the image to be as absolutely like big as possible. That you can actually see things. So there's that one. Take this one. Edit, transform, scale. Kind of get the two of them together. Can we, ooh, this one's going to be tough. How do we get it big enough to show? Without just covering up Barboy. That's not bad. All right, so these are our three options in approximately YouTube thumbnail size. Actually, it's probably a little smaller than that even. Probably more like that. Just shell. The two of them together. I feel like your eye is not really drawn to the fact that he's there. His coloration is very similar to the door. But I do kind of like that you can see his hand out. And then the current one. No, it's definitely better than the current one. I think this is the best. Because you're the best around. All right. You like just shell too? All right. That settles it then. Thank you. This was a frustrating one because we had a lot of issues with Photoshop. All right, I need to grab that thumbnail because we also need to add it to the rotating slideshow for Twitch. Even though that won't be showing during the subathon, there's no way I'm going to remember like 1 to 2 weeks from now to do that. So do that, export. Save it. Done. Close that. My OBS should yell at me in a second. Well, we had such a good productive start here, and then Adobe really kneecapped us. Really kneecapped us. Unfortunate. That's okay. We still got done 3 out of the 4 things that we put on our to-do list. I'm not going to bother to add the check mark down there because I'm just about to end the stream. But what I am going to do real fast is point this out to you. The episode of Rin Chronicles that this thumbnail goes to. It's kind of fun. I don't know if I've ever actually live streamed this before. Oh, I forgot to check the size. Oh, nice. 1.96 megabytes. It has to be below 2 megabytes. Is all ready to go. It's all time stamped and everything. The thumbnail was the last thing that we needed. So next, public, publish. Bam. You can watch it on YouTube right meow, which I would invite you to do after we end the stream here. That's going to be the last HereThereBeMonsters content, maybe a short, but the last, otherwise, the last content posted before our 7th anniversary subathon starts on Friday, the 4th of April at about 6 p.m. Pacific time. So thank you so much to everybody for coming by. I know that the second half of this one was a little bit of a slog today, but we got through it. We got done 75% of our to-do list, and I need to take a quick break so that I can free up my mind to work on subathon stuff for most of the rest of the night. So thank you guys very much. Enjoy the YouTube video, and as always, take care and be excellent to each other.